Okay, I think we passed the fire. The emergency vehicles just took that exit and I don't even see the fire anymore. So it must be behind me. We're in the town of, or almost in the town of Rexburg, Idaho. And we're headed to a spot about 2 hours away. It's called Craters of the Moon. I think it's a national monument, maybe. And it looks like it's got some pretty interesting terrain. Well, I just pulled off the road here in southern Idaho because it was the only rest stop for miles and miles. And this whole area is blocked off except for this here. And it looks like, it says there, since 1949, more nuclear reactors, over 50 of them, have been built on this plain than anywhere else in the world. 900 square mile Idaho National Laboratory is the birthplace of the nuclear navy. Yeah, I don't know if I want to hang around here too long. Might be kind of dangerous. Wonder where all the nuclear waste is. We're just pulling off here on this Craters of the Moon overlook. Oh, it's windy. The sun's just about to set. So this area is a volcanic field. 52 miles long, a system of fissures where a chain of volcanoes erupted 15,000 years ago. But there were recent eruptions 2,000 years ago. There's a 7-mile loop road that shows you all the features. So we'll do that tomorrow. How you doing? Good. How are you? We'll go over here and get a view from the edge of this parking lot. You can see everything I'm walking on is volcanic gravel. It's a pretty rugged landscape if you were to try to walk down there. Yep, it looks like what the moon would look like, I guess. Just all lava rock and craters. Okay, let's get to our campsite and we'll see more of this tomorrow. Ooh, it's windy. It has been windy everywhere I've been for the past 6 months. I don't think there's been more than 1 or 2 days where there wasn't any wind. Alright, back on the road for a couple minutes. We're driving into the sun here as it's getting lower, almost setting. We're officially at the campsite, the Dispersed campsite. I think we're about 2 miles from the visitor center. We'll visit Craters of the Moon tomorrow. Since it's so late, I'm just gonna go to this Dispersed camping spot that I found just off the highway, but it looks like it's far enough off the highway, about a half a mile or so. Ooh, that sun is bright. So I believe this is BLM land and it's just on the edge of Craters of the Moon.
Your destination is on the right.
Oh, here's my spot. Okay. I'm gonna look and see if there's a spot that's a little further back towards the mountains there. Yeah, there's another one up here that I had pinned that's just a little further off the road. That one there was just a pull out off of this dirt road. I figure if I go up a little further away from the highway, maybe this next spot will have a little more room. Oh yeah, we're here. This is much nicer than the last spot. This is a lot further off the road. There's no one around. No one here. And it's a nice big level spot. So let's back in here. The road coming in here though was interesting. It was, the middle of it had grass about 2 feet tall. Luckily I have high clearance. Doesn't look like anybody's been down this road for many years. We are here. And we're just, what did I say, we were literally 5 minutes away from the visitor center. And from here, I can actually see the craters of the moon. I can see some of the formations. That's it right out there. Boy, is it windy. But I don't know if you could see it, but way in the distance there, there's some little jagged things. That's the volcanic rocks and the park. I'm surrounded by these hills. You can see in the background there. And there's where we're parked. And boy, is this private and quiet. There's no one out here. And according to iOverlander, this spot and the other spot were the only available spots close to the monument. Jeez, it's almost the kind of place I'd want to stay for a couple days. Let's get set up and, as usual, crack open a beer. That's always my reward, 1 beer for driving all day. Woo! The wind's strong though. Okay. You can see there's a fire pit here made out of lava rocks. But look at where I am. I am in a field of dry grass. And it's very windy. But even if it wasn't windy, I probably wouldn't have a fire. Unless I removed all this dry grass, which I don't have the tools to do, so. Needless to say, we won't be having a campfire, especially after seeing that wildfire today. Let's see how the bike's doing. It's still on there, good and secure. I think I'll put up the cell booster because there's probably not too good a cell here. Let's check and see. No, there's no cell signal here at all. So that booster may not even work, but we will give it a try. I haven't done much experimenting, but supposedly these cell boosters only work if there's a cell signal, like a weak cell signal, and then it boosts it. But if there's no signal at all, it has nothing to boost, so we may not have cell service. Gee, we may end up having to read a book tonight or sit and think. That would be a change, huh? This area here looks like it could be a wetlands. There's a lot of green grass. And over there, I'm noticing an indentation down below. Right through here, there's a whole area that looks like it might be filled with water during rainy season. It's much lower than where I am. And there's all green around it. Yeah, so that's probably a lake of some kind during rainy season. And somehow it does look like there might be wildlife like elk or deer or something that lays down here. There's a lot of flattened grass areas. It is beautiful though. Beautiful, beautiful spot. If you're coming to Craters of the Moon and you want to camp for free, and if you can get down that road that I came down, which isn't bad, I'll show it to you. This spot here that I have is pretty big. You could fit, I think you could get an RV down here. You could definitely fit in here and turn around in here. This is the road that I came in on, the dirt road. And you can see it's pretty clear. It's just high in the middle there. But it's only grass, so you could probably even get a car in here. And then it continues down there, but I don't know what's down there. The space here, look at it. It's fairly large and flat and clear. It's pretty and very peaceful. I mean, if you look at where the tire tracks go here, even though it's high and green in the middle, grassy, the tire tracks look pretty used, I would say. And there's no signs here. There's no private property signs or no camping or parking signs. I mean, there's nothing out here other than that Craters of the Moon monument. There's nothing else out here. I didn't see... Well, there's that whole atomic nuclear reactor site that is still a working site. And people probably live around that. And we came through one small town called Arco, which had some interesting things like atomic park, atomic burgers. So that might have been the residential town that the workers live in. It was very small though. Just pan around here. Beautiful sky tonight. I'm also about 25 miles from the next town, but I'm not sure how big it is, and then 87 miles from Twin Falls, which is a bigger town, because I need gas. I'm pretty low on gas, but I checked the mileage and it looks like I've got 100 miles worth of gas left. And that big town where I know there's a gas station is only 87 miles. But I do have to go backtrack about 5 miles to the park. And then there's a 7-mile drive through the park. So, should work out. Also, that small town that's 25 miles away might have gas. Alright, let's sit down and relax. Although I don't feel like sitting down, I've been sitting all day driving. Good morning, everyone. Today we're at the Craters of the Moon National Monument. We're going to take the 7-mile drive, loop drive through the park. And there's about 6 different places you can stop and take some short hikes into the lava fields. So let's go check it out. It's nice, I got here early in the morning. It opens at 8, and luckily it is a cloudy day, but it could get very hot here, so that's why we're doing it in the morning. I think this park is 750 acres. Oh, this is the exit. We have to go around this way to the entrance of the trail. I've been to lava fields before in Northern California, Lassen Volcanic Park, and all around that whole area is all lava. Previous lava activity, just like this, but this one is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. It's definitely, you need to make this a destination. Although, I guess it's not really, it's kind of in between, I think, Idaho Falls and Boise. They have this paved path, which is wheelchair accessible, as you can see. And all around you are lava fields. To the left. And down here. There's a big hole there. There's also caves here that you can hike. Oh, the sun popped out. It's so interesting how the plants continue to grow up through the lava. There's little pine trees, all kinds of creosote bushes. Yeah, just living in the lava, I guess. It's amazing how much lava was here when these volcanoes were erupting. This thing is huge. Those cinder cones behind me are part of a bigger volcano that fell apart. Or possibly flowed here from another crater. We're at the end of that trail. Let's move on to another one. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to go into any of the caves after I went to the visitor center and paid at the kiosk, entry kiosk, and then started on this. I read the brochure and it said you need a permit, a free permit, but you need a permit at the visitor center. But I didn't know that, so we might not be going in the caves. We've got another hike here. This is called the Devil's Orchard. I didn't read the brochure beforehand, so I don't know what's here. But I do see trails. At least I thought I saw a trail. Or a path. Oh, here it is, up here. Lots of trees in this area. Oh, this is the trail exit, so we have to start up here. It's only a half-mile one way. We'll spend a couple hours at this national monument, and then not too far from here are the Sawtooth Mountains. So since it was about 85 down here in the valley yesterday, I think I'm gonna, before it gets too hot today, I'm gonna leave here and go up into the mountains to camp for a few days. You have to go through Sun Valley, Idaho, which I've never been to, popular ski resort, and then up a little further into that. That's all mountainous area. I don't know how tall the mountains are, but we will see. It's still pretty cool and breezy here though, so it's very nice for taking little walks or a hike before it gets too hot. I hear because we're surrounded by lava rock, it can get pretty hot here. I would suspect once the rocks heat up, they're like the lava rocks you put in a campfire, right? Or at a barbecue. They probably heat up and the whole area gets hot from the reflection of the heat. Got some big trees, interesting old trees like the one behind me. I had to take a break here on this bench. I was trying to get away from the crowds of people walking on this path so I could film without other people talking. But they would pass me and then I'd be filming and then I'd pass them and they'd pass me, and I just decided to just stop and let them all go past. Okay, I think the crowds are gone. Let's go. I guess this is basically just a walk for exercise. There's really not much of interest out here. It's just a path that goes through more of the lava field. But I think the first lava field I took you on, that first path, had a lot more interesting lava flows to see and cinder cones. This is pretty flat and like I said, not a lot here to look at. So I'm not going to film much. I think if you've seen one lava flow, you've seen them all, eh? I've been to Hawaii and walked on those lava flows as they were fuming and heated and burning. Oh boy, now the people are coming back this way. And this is why I stick to smaller national monuments and things like this as opposed to national parks. They're just too crowded to film. I mean, unless you want everybody talking in the background and watching you as you film. So yeah, I tend to stay away from the national parks. It's an interesting tree. If you're looking for a really interesting volcanic park to go to, even though it is a national park, I believe, Lassen, I think it's Lassen Volcanic National Park, that's an amazing place to see. Not only does it have lava flows, but it's got fumaroles and you know, things like Yellowstone has. Oh, little chipmunk. Sorry. First wildlife I've seen all week. Yeah, it has boiling pots of mud and all different colored salts and things from the fumaroles. Lots of steam coming out of the ground. It's much more dramatic. This is an old lava field, so there's no activity here. It's just leftover rocks from previous volcanic activity thousands of years ago. So yeah, I highly suggest Lassen. And that is a nice national park because it's way up in the northeast corner of California, really where not many people live or go. The only thing there is that Lassen Volcanic Park. There's not much else around. This park here is also known for its bats. Supposedly there's tons of bats that have made this their home, probably because of the dark caves, dark cool caves. You go inside those lava tubes and they can be pretty cold. I've been in a couple other lava tubes in different places. That's always fun, hiking into caves. Okay, it's only 10 o'clock and it's getting a little warm here. I think we may head out. Seen enough lava, haven't you? And we'll head up into the mountains where it's cooler. Well, judging from what I've driven through southern Idaho today, it looks like I'm probably going to get all the way through Idaho in the next day or two, as fast as possible to Oregon, because there is nothing here. So it's looking like I'm probably not going to spend much time in southern Idaho like I thought I was. I thought there was going to be a lot more to see. Unless I'm missing it and didn't do enough research. But I don't even see a mountain to get out of this heat, because it's hot down here in this valley. It's very fertile. There's lots of green grass and farmland. It just seems to go on forever and ever. Well, it looks like we've got some mountains ahead, so stay tuned for the next episode and see where we end up next. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and I'll see you real soon.